everyone, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Coffees,
Road
car
trip
edition.
I was gonna say road trip edition, but we're not on a trip yet.
Right.
So car edition. We will be on a road trip tomorrow.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing this morning, right?
Right. Plenty of
Planning.
water and Gatorade, shopping, getting all the laundry taken care of.
Yep.
All that fun stuff.
So that's what we've been out and about. Had darn good burrito from a local place around here. Buffalo chicken burrito.
Is that your new favorite?
It is. Well, unless we're in California, then I got my favorite from a certain spot over there. They can't touch that one in California. And as authentic can get. Where we? Like within 40 minutes of Mexico border. When we go down there.
Oh yeah, like 30.
30?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know it's authentic. But
it's so good.
Good morning so far, or afternoon, or whatever you want to call it. The pollen is in full force. There's no rain in the forecast, so I'm suffering. I'm suffering bad. So hopefully it rains sooner. I don't know what I'm going to do here.
But all the things blooming is beautiful. I love them.
Yeah.
But
sure,
you can just enjoy them from inside the windows.
That's right. That's right.
So you can breathe and not look like a crazy person.
Exactly.
Crying at random times.
Yes. Yep. that's what happens. It's like, it's okay.
So, what do you want to talk about?
We touched on it when we did the other episode.
Yeah.
About toxic friends, I guess we call it toxic friends? Or does your spouse think your friends are toxic? Things like that. So, was kind of wanting to just jump into that. Just was thinking the other day, we're surrounding ourselves with really awesome people and very positive people. And we've been on we are those, we're that couple, we talk to everybody. I don't care about your background. We don't care about your background.
Your social status or
right.
Your...
I will talk to anybody, but that doesn't necessarily mean I am gonna jump right in, and if we feel, or if I feel there's a negative or toxic vibe coming from, somebody that, that Angela might be friends with or befriending, or vice versa, I will stop it dead in its tracks if I absolutely have to. Yeah, I will. I will stop it in my tracks. Think what you want to. I mean, because that will affect me, right?
Down the road, absolutely. Yeah.
And I expect her to do the same for me. But I have a pretty good handle on who I associate with, and I've got a couple of people that I've known for years and would do anything for, and they would do anything for me. And I tend to, if there's any kind of, I'm a positive person, so if there's some kind of negativity going on with talking to them, I'll say hey, but I'm not gonna take it and spend hours with them or anything like that.
Right, divulge your personal information.
Because I don't like people to bring me down. Right.
Well, and I'm a vibey kind of person. Mm-hmm. I definitely pick up on that, like your energy, and if I feel, it's off or something's not adding up for me, I definitely tend to either back away or find something to do, so I'm not necessarily around a particular person.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely necessary to make sure that, the people that you choose to hang out with, choose to, be around a majority of your time,
mm-hmm.
Excluding your family, that decision is very important. And so when Michael came to me and said, hey, this person is, I feel like bringing you down maybe, or, you know, maybe they're not giving you the best advice, those sorts of things. I take that and I'm like, oh, did I make a mistake? Or, you know, what is he seeing that I'm not seeing? But yeah, I definitely take his advice and listen to his opinion on those things, because, you know, maybe he is the outsider looking in, and he's going to tell me his honest opinion, and I definitely want to do the same for you. Sorry, the donkeys are eating their grass over here.
Are they? Going ham.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's important. Well, that's a must for me. There's things I will bite my tongue on, but when you surround yourself with somebody that is just they're not in it for you, or all they want to do is sit around and bash their husbands or their boyfriends or just anybody, that will bleed out.
It definitely.
And then
yeah,
you eventually you'll feel like that you need to bash your husband or wife as well, and that is not good.
Or maybe even after you've had a long conversation with, you know, a friend,
you feel drained as well.
Well, I definitely feel drained, but like whenever I go home, I'm thinking to myself, like, does my husband do that?
Right.
Or should I have a problem with that? Like, it just makes me question. And, you know, maybe that's just me, but like, I feel like my conversations with the people that I'm choosing to hang out with definitely have an effect over me.
Right.
And it does get me thinking. I'm a great listener, and I like to give advice if I have any good advice, or, you know, when I don't have anything nice to say, I just, you know, say, you know, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. It really
Right.
stinks. I'll say a prayer for you. You know, I just don't have any good advice to say, or maybe I've already said it in the past and they're not listening
And I think there comes a certain time where, like, if I was around that all the time, me being me, I'm gonna be like, you know what? If you have this many problems, maybe you need to figure it out. Like, eventually I will get irritated, you know, and like, okay, you know, enough crying wolf or whatever, you know, or just how many times can you have the same problems before you do something about it? Like, you know, and then it becomes they don't want to probably hang around too much more after, and it does get to that. I can get to that point where, like, enough is enough. Like, why are we bringing this up again? Is it just something that you feel like we have to talk about just because this is what we do now? No, it's not healthy.
Right.
And let's not do that, you know?
Yeah. Definitely get it resolved, squash the issue,
Right.
and move on. Yeah.
So you would tell me, like, hey, you probably need to stop hanging out with this person.
If I thought that you were maybe doing things that were out of your character, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I would probably be more reserved for a little bit, just to see if it's me, like, thinking weird stuff going on in my head, and not, you know, something that my mind's playing tricks on me kind of deal. Because I definitely want to be right whenever I open my mouth and speak.
Right.
You know, especially if there's an issue going on.
But I think you know me enough to know that, like, I'm not going to make those. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to make crazy decisions like that either.
No, not at all.
Or just, you know, no one's going to persuade my thinking. Like I said, I will shut it down. Like, no, this is not healthy.
So I feel like there's different seasons of being married. You know, right whenever you get married, you still have, you know, your old friends. Maybe they're not married. Maybe they're still in college. Maybe they're still out partying and doing the things that you used to do before you met your spouse or got married. And then
They be clubbing?
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I guess. But then once you've been married for a little bit, you find, you know, your other married friends, and, you know, I just feel like it's important to have those married friends that will listen, give a listening ear, but at the same time always encourage and you know, inspire them to be better spouses, or hey, you know, this is what I'm struggling with right now. What have you done in the past, or what did your parents do?
Right.
Just those kinds of conversations where you're always
encouraging,
trying to do better things. But if you have a friend who is, you know, negative or
throws the D word out there, divorce,
right?
You don't need him.
Yeah. You got to take a step back and realize that those could be toxic friends.
Right.
Those could be friends that don't necessarily want you to succeed because, you know, then you would be better than them, or,
right.
you know, whatever these people are thinking these days. I'm not really sure. But it's really important to surround yourself with people that are in the same season as you and that are going to be encouraging. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's,
I mean, yeah, you can have those little stragglers that, you know, never get married, or,
right, but your
always having wrong.
Friends can manipulate your marriage, whether you want to believe it or not. They can manipulate your marriage.
And especially if it's not strong, like you don't have a strong bond with your spouse.
Right.
You know, you got married, you had kids, you just never reconnected back after, you know, certain things, you know, take place in a marriage. And then you go find this woo-ha friend, and, you know, they have a different lifestyle than you.
Right.
You're gonna, you know,
like,
wanna...
oh man, I gotta go home to these damn heathens, and she's out here hitting the club, you know, and
yeah, I just think that is
that's when it's time to. That's what you're saying. That's when it might be time to change it up a little bit with your friends and things like that.
Switch. Yeah.
Sorry, you get a little warm in here. Turn the AC on. North Carolina in May. It's gonna be a warm one.
It will be a hot summer. I'm
what summer's
predicting
not.
it. How about that?
That's how I always look at it. It's summertime. It's supposed to be hot. So
right.
But yeah, that's. I mean, I'm a firm believer in your friends can dictate your relationship, whether you want to believe it or not.
And that's what we tell our kids as well. I mean, you are who you surround yourself with.
That's exactly right.
So why would you think any differently as a grown-up?
Yep.
You like to think that you're, you know, wiser as you get older,
right.
but
and
those friends still have influence over you.
And are you that friend that is being negative to somebody, maybe, you know, that's married?
Or throwing out bad advice.
Or even you're married, they're married, and you're throwing out bad advice, or you're a negative, you don't have a positive view on marriage right now.
Because you've been divorced, or you've tried to go through it.
Right, or you're just unhappy every day for whatever reason. Are you rubbing off on that person, that friend of yours that is married? Because whether you're rubbing off on somebody with negativity, you're rubbing. If you're constantly gonna bicker or just complain about, oh, my husband did this or my wife did that, you keep on doing that.
Can you believe they're not even doing this anymore?
Exactly. Like, and you do that every day. You are a product of your environment.
Yeah.
At that point.
Not every day, even every week.
Yeah. But are you that friend that's doing that, or are you that friend that's saying, enough's enough, shut the hell up, like, I can't take this anymore?
You need to go figure out your own problems.
You need to figure, like, I can help you figure it out. If we can do this together, maybe we just need to start saying some positive things about our spouses every time we see each other, rather than they're not doing this, or complain about them, you know, being this certain kind of way.
Right, because there's enough judgy people in the world. You don't need your circle of friends being that way.
That's exactly right.
You definitely
And
don't.
I know you think, oh, yeah, they're my friends, I can say anything to them. That's fine. But you're also, if you get together and do nothing but complain all the time, you're never going to move on, and you're never going to strive to be happy in that relationship. That's just going to become the norm. All you want to do is sit around and talk about how bad somebody is, you know, or what they're doing wrong. So
yeah,
you talk bad about me all the time.
I never do.
You can't.
Right, because you're perfect.
Lord.
He's perfect.
Lord.
He's crazy too.
I am, but that keeps it fresh, you know.
All the time.
Yep. So, and I don't talk bad. If there's issues that I'm having with one of my buddies that I've known forever, I know I can talk to him about it, and he's not the kind of guy that's giving me, oh, you should just divorce her. He's that guy that's honestly doesn't even have to say much. He's there and he listens.
Yep.
And he's letting me get out whatever I want to vent or my concern. Or I don't approach things like, oh my God, I can't believe she's doing this. I approach things like, this is what happened. How should I handle this situation? And then I just kind of process it out loud. And I'm not looking for feedback, and he knows sometimes I'm not looking for feedback. That's what makes him a great friend. And I hope I do the same. I hope he feels the same thing about me. But that's years of knowing him.
Right.
That I can. It's usually what it turns into.
And you made a really good point.
And we're friends with. So his significant other and Angela are close, and him and I are close, so it works out. So anytime I go over there, we usually just shoot pool or drink, and then once we get that moment by ourselves, if it's something that was bothering us, it doesn't even have to be marriage. We just talk. I think we just both know that. Like, all right, maybe we just need to vent. Somebody there. Don't really need an opinion on the matter, but I can sense if he does, and then I'll give my
well, and that
opinion.
was a really good point. A lot of times, I feel like our friends have discussions with us or talks with us, not necessarily looking for our advice,
right.
just literally for you to vent to.
Yep.
And
well, they know they're not going to get that negative. They're not going to get that negative advice from us.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
We have more of those friends that would just rather, talk to us about it and,
right.
and not necessarily have an opinion or advice.
Exactly.
Just
we're there for an ear.
Yes.
I've always said it. I like to talk, but I also know when to shut up, and I know when to just listen.
He's a very good listener.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, gosh.
But I don't like to give him compliments often.
It's a joke.
He's a Lord,
She knows. She knows. I don't.
I do.
I don't take it to. I'm not that conceited, y'all.
All right, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with Coffees. Auto edition.
Car edition.
Car edition.
Automobile edition. Yep, and hopefully we'll have some pretty good stories when we come back.
I'm sure we will.
We'll try to take some pictures and videos, hopefully, of our little camping adventure. I think that'd be kind of cool. That's the kind of stuff I want to get into, anyways.
Traveling and
do a little trial. We'll do a trial run and then kind of
some adventures that we're gonna go on.
So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll have that and plenty of stories when we come back, I'm sure. And who knows, we might just get sick of each other being in a camper, or just while we're up there that long together, So maybe we'll have some bickering stories. No, just not us. Not us. It usually doesn't happen. So
yeah, I'll just punch him or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, there we go. Violence. Now we're just.
No.
It's okay for violence, y'all. But thank y'all.
Don't get violent, friends.
Don't get violent. But thank y'all, and we will have some good conversations when we get back from our trips.
Yes. So if you like this episode, please like it, share it with your friends.
Subscribe the hell out of it.
Yes.
Right?
Subscribe
well, I guess you can only do it one time, so you can't the hell.
But you'll get notifications next time.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Tell your friends.
Tell your mama.
Tell your mama.
Tell your
mom and them.